Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayat Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Hari Om Tat Om Ajnanatyamiram Dasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bungham Rangayate Girim Yat Krupatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindho Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha अनंत कोटि वैष्णव मंद की जय। नमाचार्य हरदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। श्रील रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Creative Impetus, Chapter 5, Lord Rishabhdev is instructing his 100 sons, verse number 29. Here the verse says, discussing about Lord Rishabhdev after instructing many important instructions, then he has himself as became like Avadut, means completely detached from the whole world. He dressed like that, he acted like that, he walked like that. So complete all his activities became Avadut. And we are approaching Lord Nityanand Trayodasi, Lord Nityanand Balaram's appearance day, February 10th, Monday evening, we'll be celebrating. And so fasting till noon. And so some aspects of that also will take here in this particular verse. Even the simple verse purport is not much, but there is still Prabhupada's class is there, and that we're going to define. So first here the main instruction will be, there's a verse also Prabhupada quotes, Avadhuta, how one can become detached in the heart, detached from the worldly things, how we can become completely self-realized, how we can become pure soul in relation with the Supreme Lord. How can we do that? That's what Avadut means. Has no more entanglement, no more action, reaction, is not covered by the three modes, and it became transcendental while being in this mode. How do you do that? So the verse which is in line with this is Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. Atma Ramascha Nirgante Api Nirgranta. That is the word exactly. Granta means Prabhupada explains seven meanings are so there. But Granta means not in the heart. Right now, not is there. So not with many different actions, reactions, designations is there. Nirgranta, Prabhupada explained, Nirgranta means one who has no more knots of this material world. He has no more attachment to this world, no more aversion to this world, no more action, reaction, no more separate desire from the Lord. None of that is completely Nirgranta. That's what we hear Lord Rishabhdev is teaching by his own personal example. Nirgranta. Prabhupada explained the other meaning is, but there are other type. Nirgranta means also meaning is no knowledge, no real knowledge. Granta means book. Book means knowledge. Nirgranta means he has no real knowledge. So from there we pick up the real instructions on here. Atma Ramascha Nirganti Api Urukrame. Ittam Bhota GauraHari, third line I'm forgetting, famous verse. In Gaur Leela, this verse has been almost 40, 50 different ways Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described, instructed Sarvam Bhattacharya. And this is their famous verse also, because this is to do with the yogis, this is to do with the self-realization. Atma Ramascha. Atma is explained in seven different ways. Sometimes it's considered as body, sometimes it's mind, sometimes it's soul. Different meanings are there. Each word is taken by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and explained in elaborately. Lots of descriptions are there, and this is in Madhya Leela, Sarma Bhattacharya's case. This is explained. So that is instruction. With that context, we'll explain here. So in this world, I will come from the IT background so that everybody can understand. A name, role, job description. Everybody has, even IT. In this world, everybody has name, role, job description. So we have Krishna Das or XYZ Das, and your role is housewife. The role is so material world, spiritual world also. This name, role, job description is there in the spiritual world also. We must define that in this material world. So how it is tied to these designations, the knots in the heart. Here is tied with material things, but in the spiritual world, they are tied in relation with the Supreme God. Real knot, that is the real knot. Here, artificially bound by the knots. So, name, role, job description. So, could be Krishna Das, Krishna Dasi, and a housewife, and then different, making sure maintaining the wife, cooking, cleaning, all that. So that is job description. Many details. Will not go so much detail. Same thing is you define other roles. A business person, so he has Trump Das, you can say. Then your role is you're president or a president of the company. It's a business, and then your description is how to increase the business, how to what is to be done, what is not to be done, where to invest, where not to invest, whom to hire, whom not to hire, and what kind of so things we should do to maintain this business. So this is a name, role, job description. Same thing in the IT world also, same thing applies. It could be from manager to vice president to president, all designation has name, role, job description. Now we'll come to the, in the spiritual world also, let us define. So from different rasas, there are five rasas, Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. The five rasas. Shanta means neutrality, the rivers, mountains, oceans, birds, plants, all of them has a neutral rasa with the Supreme Lord. They're also serving. In the spiritual world, everything has a consciousness. Everyone has a consciousness. Everyone has a duty to perform. Everyone has activity. And so their names are also there. All of them has names, name, job, name, role, and job description. And so then Santa Dasya is a master servant relationship. So servants' names are also there. In each Vaikuntha planet, there are different personalities. You have Ayodhya, there is different personal, Dwaraka, Mathura, Jagannath Puri, Golok Vrindavan. Everywhere there is this Shanta too. But in some other like Golok Vrindavan, all these rasas are there. In Vaikuntha, Shanta Dasya, it stops right there. In Ayodhya, it goes further. Shanta Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, but it's only limited. So Gaurav, it's not intimate and also very limited. Like Madhurya is only also limited in rasa. It goes further and further deeper. In Golok Vrindavan, it's that very, very deep and very intimate relationships, much more deeper way. So the Shanta Dasya Sakya, and everywhere there are different names of these personalities who are serving in these rasas also, in each of these planets. Golok Vrindavan, for example, Dasya Rasa, there is Raktak, Paktak, different names are there. These names are mentioned in Nectar Devotion. Then Dasiras, Samparas, Dasiras, Dasami Master. And then Sakiras is friendship, covered boys. So that is the role now. The name is Sudham, Sridham, Madhumangal, Strong Krishna, Vasudham, Ojasvi. um, like that, many are there. I'm just mentioning some of them. These are the names. Das, add Das at the end. And then role is covered by. What is job description? Taking care of the cows. So, and all 9 yards of that. Various milking the cows, eating the grass, making sure they're fed properly, they have water, taking care of that. Cow-herd boy means you're cow herding. That is job description for that. So, like that, that's Sakya, that is Sakya friendship. Mm. No, I'm only defined cohort boy. So, but there are different, friendship, and not only just cohort boy, but that is that. And then Vatsalya, parent child, like Nanda and Yashoda. So, and many others. In Dwaraka, the different level. Devaki was there. Ayodhya, yeah. Sumitra, Kaikeyi, so Kausalya. So, like that, many others. These are the main, but there are other. There are not just few mothers. There are many elderly, all considered as mothers, but a little bit at a what do you call Gaurava Vatsalya there in Ayodhya. But as it goes higher to Golok Vrindavan, very intimate. Yashodamai can take a stick and run behind Krishna, that kind of relationship. That you cannot expect in Vaikuntha, you cannot expect in Ayodhya, you cannot expect in Dwaraka, you cannot expect this in Mathura. You can only see this in Golok Vrindavan, only this can be done. Because very, very intimate, very deep. So that is the rasa there. So in this way, Madhurya, same thing with Rukmini. So Satyabhama, this is on Dwarka, but when it goes to the Srimati Radharani, Champagalata, Sudevi. So many of them, Astasakis, and billions of gopis are there. What to say? So they all have names. Their roles are, so the in Madhuras, just like so so lovers, I can say. So and then description is they all serving. So Radha and Krishna, because Radharani is serving Krishna, but all other gopis are serving Radha and Krishna. Various, so many pastimes. So different arrangements. So this is that is their duty. So this is the name, role, job description. Now we have to add one more portion to that, to the current state, future state. It is to do with IT project, you name it, even housewife also. You have current state, future state. The beginning with cooking, what you are going to do future. What is what is the goal? What your finished product? Currently, it is not there. Then to get it, you have to go to grocery shop. You have to get all the ingredients are masalas are there. Everything is there. Everything knives. Everything. So this is all current state, future state. Same thing. You look at the IT. All same thing. Current business, current project is there. Current what is the output product? Current and future state. So it could be small project, it could be big project. Business all same thing. Right now, we are 1 million only. How to bring it to 10 million? Short-term goals, long-term goals, smart goals. Many things are there. Specific, measurable, achievable, repeatable, targetable. All these smart goals. We all know at least those are in IT. These now we'll come to the spiritual. You apply the same principles into the spiritual world. Because this verse we have to come to that. So there, so we understand name, role, job description, current state, future state. So let us apply this on the spiritual world. We'll refer the verses also because everything we have to speak from the Shastra only. So Krishna defines this in Bhagavad Gita. You see this verse, but first we'll pick up from the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 1, exact verse number, I think 14, 13, something. Karma nirharo. So Atyantik avidya adhikaritva prayashchittam atogatam. This is the verse. There, Prabhupada explains that from Kena Upanishad, there are 5 questions that are being asked. So, 5 questions one should have because from current state to future state, name, role, job description, everywhere there are various questions you have to ask yourself or somebody will ask. Mm. We all have attended requirement sessions from any project in IT. And same thing with business person also will ask, okay, from 1 million to 10 million, how will you make it? You have to ask these questions. How will you attain the goals? What is your requirement? What kind of business you do and what are the do's and don'ts? And many questions will be there. You have to ask the questions. So here also, the intelligent person, if one person who's tied up with the knots, person is in right now in the position of A, then how to get to the B? So destination to reach that goal. Right now we are talking about the higher goal, attaining the permanent goal or permanent relation of supreme Lord. Right now we are in the material world. Right now we are tied with the knots, grantha, how to become nirgrantha. So that is for that 5 questions have been asked in Kena Upanishad. I think this is, if I remember correctly, each Upanishad there are different questions, different detailed explanations. I think this is Kena Upanishad is, if I remember correctly, Amaraj and Nasiketa discussions. So after hearing these questions, so then Yamaraj becomes pleased and he's been liberated, if I remember correctly. Our grandfather used to discuss this pastime a lot, but now I forgot after 30, 40 years. I've forgotten that pastime. Actually, very interesting, very nice story, and very important instruction. There, the five questions are: who are we? So that's why we have given name, role, job description, because these questions are in relation with that. In spiritual role or material role. So who are we? What is first question has to be asked? Who are we? Are we the conditioned soul? Are we the spirit soul? Are we the body? Are we the subtle body? Are we the spirit souls? This is the question. Where did we come from? So in the material world, we came from such and such mother and father, such and such dynasty, such and such gotra. We go to temple, we tell what gotra are you from, then you tell the gotra and your name, your nakshatra, whatnot, all those things. So same thing. So we have to know actually where you came from, where we came from. In real sense, from the spiritual world. So we are defined. You hear the recording class. How did we get here in this material world? We have explained. So I will not go in detail because you can hear that. I think two, three recordings before you see this class. So where did we came from? So why are we suffering? Third question. Prabhupada explains. If you look at this verse class, I think 4 or 5 classes Prabhupada give on this or more. Yeah, karma karma nirahara. That is the line. So on that sixth canto was Ajamal's pastime. In that is there. So there Prabhupada explained these 5 questions. Why are we suffering? That is the next question. So this is there in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is explaining in the beginning only. Who are you? So Arjuna is conditioned. Then Arjuna is told, you are not this body. Okay. You are conditioned right now. You are tied with knots. But you are not this body. You are the spirit soul. That is the first understanding Krishna is given. Dehi namasmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantar prat dehastitra namukesi. You have to become sober. You have to ask this question. How did you forget? You are coming from great dynasty. Pandavas, Pandu and Kuntiman, both are great dynasties. They are realized souls, Aryans. How did you come here first? Have you forgotten? So yourself or what? And then it goes further. All these questions are there indirectly. So why are we suffering? Arjuna is asking, why am I forced to? Last time we read. So that many places, different versions of that suffering is described. So why are we suffering? Then where I have to go? What is my destination? So where I have to go and how to get there? These are the 5 questions. So names are clear. Right now we have some name. In spiritual world, that's why when we get initiated from spiritual master, we have been given name. XYZ Das, XYZ Devi Dasi, male or female. In spiritual world, there is no distinction. Here, male female distinction is there because tied with knots. So, but in spiritual world, there is no distinction. Male or female, everybody is servant of Krishna. That is only one distinction. So only one unique position. So that's why for this class also you have to apply. These are the 5 questions we have to ask ourselves. If you want to come from the grantha tied up with knots to the uh, without tying any knots of this material world, will be tied with knot of the in relation with the Supreme Lord. We are tied to the Supreme Lord and his associates. That is the real position. But there is no suffering. There is no birth, death, old age, disease. Intense enjoyment is there. Variety. Every day different variety, different pastimes, different drinking, different eating, and different vacations. There. We are not talking about the material world. Here nothing, no real enjoyment. It's a teeny flickering. So there is no comparison at all. What we get in the spiritual world. So all these descriptions are there from Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahad Bhagavatam. You look at all the wonderful pastimes are being described. We'll also describe the pastime from Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as we are approaching. That is very much in line. Avadut, he is also Avadut. So these are the 5 questions to be asked, and current state and future state. So we defined, what is current position, what is future position. Who are we right now? Who are we really in the spiritual position? That is future state. So that's why this has to be understood in all job description. So we'll define Anityan Trayodasi. Also, I'll define some of the roles and jobs. Many roles I have to give. Many job descriptions are there. So, or some of the devotees' names I'll mention. I can't mention everything. So many services are there. For Nityan Trayodasi, February 10th, Natavara Das, you will be doing the Prabhupada altar service. cleaning completely head to toe, from top to bottom, everything. Prana Krishna Das will take care of the whole temple from outside, inside, courtyard, inside, everything is properly clean. To start from this Ekadasi on Saturday. Will do that service. Vallabhajar Das is not here, but he'll do the altar, dome, and everything on the top of the altar, temple altar. So like that, I have many services. So Mataji's, Radha Devidasi, Gopakana Devidasi, many are there. So Mangi Devidasis, we have lots of service to make sure the garland closet is clean, that time kitchen side is clean, everything arranged properly. So these are the names. Role is these are the roles we define, and description. What are the activities to be done in that particular role. So these are the, we do this here and we'll do there also. In the spiritual world also we do there. And we form the different teams because each service requires lots of time and coordination. You need things also to clean. You know, you need a cloth, you need a spray, so many things are required for cleaning various things, arranging these things, for getting ready for the festival day before Adivas and actual day. So not only cleaning, I only defined a few things, but so all of you will have the description, job name, role, job description for even for day before Adivas, and that day also we have a lot of things to be done, just like how it is done, laid out by. We'll also sing a song. Lochan Das Thakur sing Parama Karuna Pahudui Jana. Saba Avatar Siromani Keval Ananda Kanda is defining the spiritual role activities. If you take the mercy, so that's why if you want to go from current state to future state, you need budget. You need if it is IT or business. Also, so maybe she works. Husband will give the money. The parent, somebody will give them somehow or other. She will get the money to acquire things and get it to the finished product. Here also, so we need lots of help. We need lots of help for any name roles album from current state to future state. That's why it's defining that. That means you need lots of devotee help. How will you get there? From these five questions are being asked, but how will you get there? The solution. So that means you need lots of mercy from the Lord and His devotees also. That's why He's defining this. Parama Karuna, who is the greatest merciful Lord? And many different incarnations are there. In that topmost, very merciful is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda, Krishna and Balaram appearing in Kali Yuga 500 years ago in Navadvip Dham, Bengal, West Bengal. Confidential incarnate. That's why most people in this world don't know who is this. Who is this divine brothers? Who is this Krishna and Balaram? I know we never heard, but Shastra is clearly defining it. So they are Parama Karuna Pahu Dui Jana, two brothers. There is Krishna and Balaram, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda, Nitai and Nimai and Nitai. So Parama Karuna Pahu Dui Jana, Saba Avatar Saba Avatar means all in so many. Krishna, Rama, Narasimha, Varaha, you name it, Ramadi Murtisha Kalena Nemena Tishtam Naravatarama Karod Bhuvanesha Kintu Krishna Swayam Sambhavat Parama Pumanayo Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajan. So many are there, innumerable. It's like rivulets and droplets in river and ocean. How much can you count? Those many incarnations are there. Only limited numbers are given, described in Srimad Bhagavatam, but you cannot count. You cannot name it either. Unlimited. But in that, the outer topmost, the magnanimous, most merciful is these two brothers. Krishna and Balaram only, but appeared in this form as a devotee to actually to be part of us and then also give mercy to distribute and take us back home, back to that. He chanting this verse. Has written this song. So Lochandas Thakur is a disciple of Narahara Sakkar Thakur. He has written this song. Such is Nirgrantha. He married, but hardly, he is completely from the childhood only. Even though he is married at very young age. Those days, 12 years only, he used to get married. That's why until she is at puberty and all those things, so girl is not even there. They are not together at separate home. She is at his parents' home, boy is at his parents' home. That's how it used to be. Not nowadays. It's Kali Yuga. Now it's changed. But in the it's the all Vedic tradition is different. Now things are different. But this is old tradition. So that's how it was. He was married such a young age. Later on, then he told he is not even going to in-laws house. They complained. Parents, their girls' parents complained to Narhar Sarkar Thakur. Such at young age, he was so attached to Nara Sarkar and he accepted him as disciple. Nara Sarkar, see what is he doing? He got married, he's Grahastha, but he's not even meeting the girl. So please do something. And he told, Guru told, then he used to spend some time. So there's the pastime I don't want to describe because you will be, so you'll not be able to understand it unless you are properly situated. What Lochandra Thakur did, I will not describe that pastime. But so later on, he became completely so detached. From the beginning, he's like that. Even though he's married, he's completely detached. He's not of this world. So that's how he wrote this song, Parama Karuna Pohudu is Sabha Avatara Siromani. Out of many incarnations, he is the Siromani, crest to jewel of all incarnations, teaches Mahapunita. Avatara Siromani, Kevala Ananda Kanda. If one whoever takes the mercy and understand these two lords and serves them to take their shelter, then they will be able to come to Kevala Ananda Kanda. They will blissfully lead this life in this world, and when they go to spiritual world also, they will be there because in Golok Vrindavan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda pastimes are going on, and Radha and Krishna both are there. Shweta Deep in Golok Vrindavan, one portion is called there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda pastimes going on eternally, and then you have there also Sadashiv is there. Yeah, there also. So because we hear Gopesa Mother, where did he enter in Ras? Where was Ras going on? In Ayodhya? No. Dwarka? No. Mathura? No. Only in Golok now. Then if he's not there, how did he enter in the Ras? As Gopesa Mother. So yes, he's there because you'll see in Gaur Leela, Shiva is there. Is there performing pastimes. So in Rotradweep is there. Out of Navadvip, 9 islands in Navadvip now. Vanadvip, Rotradweep. So that's why this pastime is very interesting to understand. We can't understand in this world. Many of them don't have no understanding of the relationship between Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. Lord Shiva and Lord Ram. They have no understanding. But Shastra is very clear. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you see here Ramayana, you can understand their close, intense relationship. So serving. You can only understand if you get into it. You hear from the bona fide acharyas and the sampradaya. Otherwise, you'll have different understanding. You don't know the actual position of each other. So anyway, here Lochan Das Thakur singing beautiful song describing how to actually attain this current state to future state. Same thing he is also describing only. Currently, we are not feeling that happiness. How to get there? Is describing that. Anyway, so the solution is given that in after explaining this verse, Parikshit Maharaj questions. Sukadeva Goswami is explaining this. We are in Karma Nirahara. This condition is there. Ajam is past time he explained, and his condition right now is not feeling any happiness. He is so much in suffering. And Yamaraj has come, Yama Bhattacharya has come to take away his soul. So time has come, final exam has come. How do you do it? So that's why we described the previous class in temple I gave a few months ago, brightening the consciousness. That means you have to understand these 5 questions and transcendental subject matter. You have to know. So current state, future state. Then, so brightening the consciousness of elevation of consciousness. If you practice it after knowing it, these 5 questions, what we are supposed to do, then you have to practice it. Then that brings to compassion. That brings to the cooperation. You cooperate with the will of the Lord. Cooperate with the will of the spiritual master, and then cooperate with the representatives of the Lord, and then you serve accordingly, and then you attain the future state. So that verse is there. Nahi tata, not by austerity, not by charity, none of these process. If it is only in relation with the Lord and your Guru in pleasing, then only it can help. Otherwise, through karma, through jnana, through yoga, none of these can be, you can attain the future destination, enter into spiritual. It is not possible. Parikshit Maharaj has been told by Sukadeva Goswami, has given all these things. You do the prayaschitta, you do the through karma process, through jnana process. He said, no, this is like a, elephant taking bath coming out, manya kunjara source. It doesn't help. Then what is the solution? Then he said, nahi tata agavan rajan puye tata adivi tata krishnarpita prana purusha tat nishevaya. By serving the Lord, Lord's representative, Krishna, who has given his life and soul to Krishna and his representative. To that personalities you have to serve. Tata Krishna Pita Prana Purusha Tat Nishevaya. Then automatically you'll be able to give up this sinful activity. Then the verse is quoted, Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya. This verse is before. So This is 16, I think. 6:116 is Tata Krishna Pranam, but before that is 14th or 15th is Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana. It has to be Lord Vishnu, Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, you have to be attached. That is the only way you can. That is the future state. The solution is given here. Kechit Kevalaya. It doesn't say that no option, no. Kevalaya. Only option, one option only. To enter into spiritual world, you can only perform by bhaktya only. Kechit kevalaya bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana. You have to be attached to Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, Vasudeva, Agam Dunvanti Karsnaya. Then your not seeds in the heart, everything will be destroyed, removed completely. It doesn't sprout up again and again. But any other process you do, seemingly you get out of the simple activity for time being, but again it will start. Indra so many times. All the demigods also, many, many times you'll see repeated mistakes because that knot in the heart doesn't get removed again and again, you get entangled. Mm. So, but permanently removing, come to the future state fully, then you have to follow this process. Only this is explained to Sukadeva Goswami. This is explained in many different books. Nectar Devotion, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the time, the highest Ramayana. So, all these are explained in great detail with different pastimes and different examples. केचित् केवलया भक्त्या वासुदेव परायण agam dunvanti karsena neharam eva bhaskara. Just sun evaporates like that, everything will be evaporated from our heart. So all the knots, you will come to the original state. You will come to the pure state. Jiver Surupe Nityar Krishnadas. That is our original state. Servant of God, servant of Krishna, servant of Rama, servant of Vishnu. There you have a role, Krishnadas or Krishna Devidasi, and you have a name there, and then a role is there. Whether covered by or what is your role is there, and then the duty is there. What service are you going to do? What it entails, that role. So right now here also we have, but there it is a eternal job, permanent duties, permanent rasa, and unconditioned happiness, keval ananda kanda, unlimited happiness. But here it's all temporary. Temporary position whether it's there, wherever your home or apartment, everything is temporary. Your car is temporary, your cell phone is temporary. What is not temporary? This body is temporary, your job is temporary, everything is temporary only. But we are banking on the temporary things. How do you get there? How can you feel happiness? It doesn't make any sense. You have put some thought in it that way introspection is needed, then it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't lead to the permanent happiness. It cannot give you. It cannot give. Throughout all the Shastras, Upanishad is speaking the same thing. All the transcendental books are speaking the same thing. So that's why these questions has to be asked. So that is the point. That is the context which we have discussed. Now let us read the verse. Then we can understand. These verses are seems to be simple, but Prabhupada has given a class. If you refer to that class, what I'm describing already been described. But I have connected many Prabhupada classes and put it in the presentation. Prabhupada didn't describe what I'm describing, but I have read the verse, I have read the class, and I took it to the other things I connected. So this Prabhupada is giving the thoughts. I'm just elaborating on that point, what he made. He made only one paragraph point, but it's very important to understand what does it mean. How will you come there to Nirgrantha? Let us read the verse 5:29. जडा अन्धमूकं बधिरा पिशाचा उन्माद अवधूत वेशो अविभास्यमानोऽपि जनानां गृहीत मौन व्रतास् बभूव. This is also there. We don't imitate. Tusnim Babova. He became silent, Mauni, very happy, and Pisha, he became like a ghostly haunted. So Badira, deaf and dumb. So Unmada, mad. So all these are described. He's Avadut. So this is not, but we have to take the important is how it applies to us. Bhagavatam describes many verses, different characteristics. Doesn't mean exactly you do that imitation. No. That's a anukarana and anusarana. There is a following and there is imitation. So you're supposed to follow, not to imitate. Exactly same activity what here it is described, that should not be done by us. This instruction we have. That's the Prabhupada class is giving. On this point, as Avaduta, then he is explaining on how to become disentangled from this worldly conditioning, action, reaction, three modes of material. That is the instruction here for us. So that's why elaborate. Now word to word. Or also here, our Bhaktivinoda Thakur, our great Acharya, explains also this Jada. Here everything is Jada, Jada Ananda. Real Ananda is there. Here is Nirananda or Jada Ananda. So this is Jada Jagat. Adhyatma Jagat is there, it is called Jada. That's why the Jada is used here. That's a Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains. What is it? Mayar Vaibhav Tomara Bhajana Bada. Jada Vidya Mayara Vaibhav. Jada Vidya. Vidya also, real Vidya is of the spiritual world. Here, whatever education, whatever this today's world, modern day education is all about how to live in this world, how to enjoy. Yes, you can live in this world, but real happiness, how will you get there? That we have to understand. Then you will get even, material happiness also you will get it, but that is going to go away. We have to bank on the permanent happiness. We'll maintain our life to the extent we need. Whatever resources, whatever things are needed, definitely. We work and we take care of things, and it could be business, it could be IT, it could be housework, it doesn't matter, any of them. But the point here is that Jadananda, you have to understand. That's why he's defining that Jada Vidya, Mayar Vaibhav. Only you can become influenced by the Maya. Mm. So that means you have to connect to the Bhagavad Gita, two verses. From 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Aneka Chitta Vibranta Mohajala Samavata. That Jada Vidya is causing the network of illusion everywhere, in our eyes, in our ears, in our nose, tongue and sense perception. Everywhere this entanglement is there, because everything knots are there. The eye is not seeing, eye is seeing everything. How to enjoy separately from the Lord. Then we are immediately becoming an action reaction. As soon as we see, we are seeking the happiness, eye is seeking the happiness, not in relation with the Lord. We are seeing in a material aspect, then automatically reaction is different. It doesn't give the happiness. Seemingly, we may get teeny happiness, but reaction is much more than that. More suffering and less happiness. So, Aneka Chitta Vipranta. Mohajala means it is network of illusion because of the avidya. So the other verse is 16th chapter only. Both are 16th chapter only. Asa apasatayir baddha anyanartha sanchayan. I don't remember the full verse, because there also asa apasatayir means unlimited desires. Unlimited desires, not one or two. Going on every day, different desires going on. So this one, that one, nothing is, we are not content. One is coming after another. Where mind is bringing up so many things. So that also has to be, desires definitely has to be there, but material desire has to become spiritual desires. That is the only thing. Everything in relation to Shastra, Sadhu, Guru, you have to look at. Right now, we are looking at everything is temporary. Name, role, job description, current state, everything is temporary. But now you have to, even desires also, you have to look at from a permanent basis. That's our desire to serve the Lord, desire to act in different services, different varieties. How do you serve? Nityananda also, we are going to serve in different capacity, day before and day after, in terms of the clothes, in terms of jewelry, in terms of the various preparations for the food, different drinks, so many things. So we have to prepare, and we need lots of cooperation, lots of help. The whole temple, if you can do that, it will be gorgeous celebration, unheard of, unseen of. It can be done, but it depends, how much help we get. We can only pray and submit, and we'll wait. What Lord gives, how much help and how much arrangements can be done. But a lot to be done. So this is what Jada means. Jada Vidya Mayar Vaibhav. Right now, influenced by Maya, Tumara Bhajana Bada. It is causing the suffering. So that's why you have to come from Jada Vidya to real Vidya. Isophanes is also telling Avidya, Vidya, and there's a verse, I forget the full verse. There also it is defined. Vidya, you have to come from Avidya to Vidya. Tesham Tesham Satadiktanam Bhajitam Priti Varvam Dadami Buddhi. And after that verse, you'll see this is in 10th chapter Bhagavad Gita, verse number 8, 9, 10, 11, Chatusloki Bhagavad Gita. 10th verse is telling that you have to come to this pure service. Tesham Satadiktanam, always, every day. But the next verse is telling, even if you are not have gone to school, you have not proper intelligence, but if you are honest, if you are simple, not having duplicitous nature, then I in the heart, I will help you. Tesham eva anukampardam aham agnanajam tama. If you have ignorance because you don't know, you have not studied, you have not heard, not understood, but I will, because you are honest. You have understood that there is God, you are supposed to do service, you have to come to the permanent path. You have understood that part, but you don't know how to get there, what is to be done, what is not to be done. as Lord, I am in the heart. I see this in your heart. So now I'll help you. So aham ajnana nasayami atma bhavastu jnana deepen. I will light up the knowledge. I will send to the right personalities. I'll explain. I will reveal everything, how it has to be done, and I will make you perfect. Lord is revealing that. But one who is genuine, one who has genuine heart, one who is really honest about it, and then he is expressing that desire to the Lord, and the Lord is helping him. So that from these angles we can look at first word itself, Jada idol, Anda. So here it is mentioned Jada idol, but Jada means many things. You heard Anda, blind, Muka, dumb, Badira, deaf, Pisacha, ghost, Madaka, a madman, what like Avaduta Vesha, appearing like an Avadut, having no concern with the material world. Abhibhashayamana, being thus addressed as deaf, dumb, blind. Api, although Jananam by the people, Gruhita took Mauna of silence, Vrata, the vow, Tushnim Babuva. Tushnim word is used in many places, silent. So he became silent, he remained silent. Translation by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Prabhupada Vijay. After accepting the feature of a Vadut, a great saintly person without material care, Lord Rishabdev passed through the human society like a blind, deaf, and dumb man, an ideal stone, a ghost, or a madman. Although people called him such names, he remained silent and did not speak to anyone. This is much later. It's almost like a sannyas, retire completely. At the end, after he told, instructed his children, he was the king, he was ruling, and this is Lord Vishnu, Lord Rishabdev is Rishabha, expert. And then he instructed 100 of them, and then after that, he gave up the kingdom. So now he is leaving, about to end his pastime. Before that, he acted, he's instructing mostly sannyasis. But for us also, there is instruction while being as a grahastha, how to become, how to look at things in a shastra sadhu guru perspective, from Lord's perspective, and then how to become disentangled from how to act on that relationship with the supreme Lord. So everything we do, take care of family, maintenance, everything, all those things we'll do, but in a different perspective or understanding or knowledge. Everything has to be, that's a brightening consciousness. You have to regularly receive this, regularly in the association of devotee. That is the key. Krishnarpita prana means we have to be in the association, isn't it? The business, you have the manager, you have the different people, you have business analyst, you have different teams are there in business also. One person is nowhere you will see one person. Everywhere there is a second person at least. Two people are there at least in this world, even for housewife also. That means she's serving a son or daughter or a parent or a husband or more than two actually. So that means you need, if you want to feel bliss and happy, you need another person in this world. So as per for spiritual bliss, you need association of devotees. You need those like-minded devotees who have understood what is the goal, real goal of life. Prabhupada explaining on that point also. I forgot. Nate vidu swarthagatim durasaya bahirardam. That's why I mentioned those five questions. Current state, future state. Why? Because the real goal of life is the missing point. So most of the people are not understanding what is the actual goal of life. Okay, temporary goals definitely you have, but actually, what is your real goal? Where that's why five question. Fifth question is where you have to go. What is your permanent destination? How do you get there? First, you have to know the goal and you have to know how to achieve it. Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan. Prayojan means end goal. And practice is the process. How do you get there? You have to know the goal and you have to know also the process. So, you have to know your relation with the Supreme Lord as well. So, that's why Prabhupada explained. Nate vidu swartha gatim durasaya bhaira. This is in 7th canto, 5th chapter, verse number I forget the 23 or something. Prahlad Maharaj telling Hiranyakasipu, why are you so angry and upset? Why are anxiety? Well, this reason only. We have not understood your destination. You have not understood what is the real goal of life. Nate vidu swarthagatam durasaya bahirardama andayatande. You are led by the blind and you yourself is also blind. Like Dhritarashtra is material blind, spiritually also blind. And is led by the association also is like that. Then you are making you more entangled. Not coming out, but more entangled. So this problem is mentioned and solution is given. Where Canto 1, Chapter 2, Divinity, Divine Service. Problem is stated and then solution is given from verse number 1 to 14 to 21. Exact word is there. Vidyate, Bhaktivinoda Thakur greatly explained. Vidyate Hradaya Granthi. Siddhante Sarva Samsaya. Drashtva Evatmaneswari. Kriyante Chasya Karmani Drashtva Evatmaneswari. You have to pick up that verse also. I have not time enough or not. Already 6:48. So how to cut these knots. Come to Nirgrantha. Vidyate Hridaya Granthi. Biggest knot is in the heart only. It is not externally, you can't see these knots. If somebody asks, Prabhu, can you show me the knots? I can't show you. Because everything is inside, all settled. So mind, intelligence, ego has the knots, and the heart has the biggest knot. So the heart's supposed to be pure. That's what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised in Amog Leela. Sarvam Bhattacharya called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please come. So everybody is calling. He called also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, inviting Action Prasad. So many items, both Grihasthas, wife Sati Ramata and Sarvam Bhatta, both wife and husband worked together. Hundreds of items they offered. So many items, we can't even describe. And then his son-in-law, Sarvam Bhattacharya is Amoga. So his son only. Yeah. So, yeah, son only. Amoga. So he became so, he couldn't see because he wanted to do. Why are you wasting time? Why are you wasting money? Why did you cook so many items? Why did you call? That's why somehow or other made him away when he called. Somehow or other he came from suddenly. And then he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was taking this, then immediately he said so many things. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took it for, yes, this is what he said is correct. I am sannyas, I am not supposed to take. He already told, he didn't want to come, he didn't want to take. But Sarvam Bhattacharya called, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't feel anything and he left after that. But both of them felt so bad because he invited a guest and then on top of it, his son became like this and he was chastising, why are you coming and eating your sannyas? You're not supposed to eat. You're supposed to be eating very less and detached from all these things. But you are in the not having sense. Like that he was speaking. Then they became it because it's very offensive and that to the Supreme Lord. Yeah, great offense. I took it that. So then immediately took a stick and ran behind him. He ran, Amoga. So because this is a great offensive act, what he did. Then he brought cholera. That's then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was discussing very merciful. He got disease also. He's about to die. He has been told. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been told by devotees. This is what is happening with Amoga. Because Sarvama Bhattacharya and his wife both, even though mother, they both took it as very offensive. What has been done today is a disgrace to us and it's a great offense to us. We should die. They both were thinking like that. What should we do with this Amoga? So in that sense, when they felt like that, then automatically he has received a great disease. He will be about to die. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told what is going to happen with Amoga. Then he became compassionate, came there. Your heart supposed to be clean. How did you allow all this dirtiness come to your heart? Hmm. He gave his mercy and he told, no, you should chant. Make sure your heart is clean. No more unclean business. Don't have all these impurity, unwanted thoughts in your heart. Keep it clean. You should not have allowed to enter all these kind of things in your heart. So he delivered, and then from that day onward, he was in ecstasy. So this is what Parama Karuna Pahudu Janam is. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered like this so many pastimes. Many pastimes are there, delivering all kinds of people. So this is what it is. It's very important. So that's a Prabhupada's explanation. Nate vidu swartha gajam durasaya bhairan andayatan there. So upaniya mantepi is under urudham nibate. Uru means binding. So that's what vidyate hridaya granthi. This not means so much impurities. In Gurnicha Marjan Leela also you'll see that. So much dust, so much accumulation of so much sinful activity, so much entanglement we have accumulated everywhere throughout karmendriyas, especially jnanendriyas and heart. Mind, intelligence, ego, Gnanendriyas and the heart is filled with hundreds and hundreds of things, and to clean that, it's taking lifetimes. It's taking lifetimes. But we have to realize it, the goal, and how to get out of it. We have to make a serious plan. Like any business person, if he wants to get to the destination, this much millions, you have to get to that kind of business. Then he has to seriously have a plan and seriously execute every month. He has to look at it and whether I'm progressing, whether I'm making it, and how to correct it. And so they are doing it. But we, as a living entity, to come to that as a permanent position of servant of Krishna, we are not doing it. We are not doing our job. Uh, we have name and role, but we are not doing the job description. We are being given real job description in the spiritual world. We've been told by Shastra and Sadhu, Prabhupada repeats regularly, but we are neglecting that, banking on the temporary things, and there we are being thrown out. Sometimes we are thrown out from jobs, sometimes we are thrown out from business, bankruptcy, so many things, isn't it? This is every day is happening. Kali Yuga. So many companies, so many banks are closing, so many businesses are closing in Kali Yuga now. This last few years has been crazy. because that's how this world is. You can't do much about it. So we have to deal with these things, and so much stress comes with it automatically. But if you are attached to the permanent things, then you understand this temporary nature. You will not be stressed so much. You will somehow or other get and adjust your life, and you'll move on. You will not see that as permanent. You will not see that as a problem. This is just a flickering thing. Move on. You'll adjust. You'll take the shelter of the Lord and understand the process seriously. But if you get otherwise, you'll get stuck there. Mm, There will be so much lamentation, so much unhappiness, so much stress, and that stress you'll bring home, and you'll everybody else also will be stressed similarly. All these things. But if you don't keep that on the heart, forgive and forget from them, then you will not be stressed, no anxiety, nothing. You'll move on as though nothing is happening with you. So only if you are properly situated, properly your everyday training is being given. Every day we are taking this practice of this Sangha, Vaishnava Sangha and the hearing and chanting. That is Tata Krishnarpitam Prana Purusha Tat Nishevya. Because it's to do with the problem is the goal is not understood. Real goal of life is not understood. That's where the problem. These five questions are not understood. That's where the problem is. Neither we understand our real job description either, permanent job description either. So that's where the problem is. That's why this verse is Prabhupada is quoting and explaining this. Now let us look at the reread the translation. We have to hand soon. After accepting the picture of, we'll come to the message. I have to see the message later. After accepting the picture of, although the great saintly person without material gates, Lord Rishabhdev passed through the human society like a blind, deaf, and dumb man, an idle stone, a ghost, or a madman. All the people called him such names. He remained silent and did not speak to anyone. The instruction also like the forget and forgive. Forgive. You become silent. So to the degree you have to act, you will act. Uh, you will not say more than required, and that's it. You become silent. Let Guru and Krishna, somebody else take that. What we have to do, we'll do that much only, and we forget it right there. The rest, Guru and Krishna will take care. We are not the authorities here. We are not the authority of the material world, neither we are the authority of the company or business. We are only at the last end of the chain. We are so limited, small positions. We don't need to worry so many things, and then getting our heart filled with these things, and then that will block our consciousness. Brightening instead of brightening consciousness, low and low. Consciousness become low and low every day. And you can't chant, you can't hear, you can't practice, you can't even think properly. Always disturbed mind will be there. Mind will be disturbed because too many thoughts, too many things we are putting and making the heart heavy, mind heavy with things. So we should elevate it. We should make it peaceful. So don't take it to the heart everything. Take it to the heart what is required by what Krishna is telling in the Bhagavad Gita. That only you keep it. Tolerate it and keep the heart clean. Don't keep the heart with unwanted, undesirable things. It won't help for us. So with that. We chant six Shastram, we have to sing the song, so but we have to end soon. आनंद लीलामय विग्रहाय हेमावधि विच विसुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रस प्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं वो महादावाग्निर्वापणं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधू जीवनम् अनन्ताम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वास्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनं. Same thing, what we explained through six last also, we can understand what we have received, what we have received these instructions from Prabhupada. These are not my instructions. What I am describing is all from Prabhupada lectures only. They have not created or come up with these ideas and thoughts. It's all from Prabhupada only. And so we're just sharing. So what he's revealing to us through his lectures. So नाम नाम आकार बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन काल एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशी हा जनिनानुराग तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णु अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि अयनन्दतनुज किङ्करं पति mom. See, is defining that. It's defining job role, name, description, and what is the activity supposed to be done. Is defining that. So here, Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram. What I am supposed to do? Tell me. I am here to serve you. I have understood now the job, real job role. What is my role? What is my name? And what is my description? What I am supposed to do? I have understood. Now, please tell me. What can I do? What more can I do? Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitamma. I have fallen down. But now I have realized it. Until now I didn't, but now today I have realized it. And now you tell me. So how can I do it better and what more can I do? Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddho Krupaya, by your mercy. That's why we need lots of mercy from these divine brothers and the devotees of the Lord, especially. Ananta Koti, Vaishnava, Namaz Haridas Thakur. We need lots of mercy. Tulsi Maharani, like that, Giriraj Govardhan Sadasiva. We need lots of mercy from these exalted Mahajans, devotees of the Lord, associates of the Lord, and the devotees of the Lord. Dainanda Tanaja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddho कृपया तव पाद पंकज स्थित धूलि सदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं ग्रदस्रुधारय वदनं गद्गदहृदयागिर पुलके निचितं वपु तव नाम ग्रहणेन भविष्यति युगायुतं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायुतं शून्यायुतं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे शून्यायुतं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे अश्लेषवां पिनस्तु माम् अदर्शनां मर्महतां करोतु यथा तथा मातु विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनादस्तु स एव नापरम् मत्प्राणनादस्तु स एव नापरम् Matpranadastu Sayam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sikshastakam Vijay. Through Sikshastakam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling the same process. Deep cleansing, understanding these questions or eternal position, temporary, current state, future, everything is explaining to us. Let's say every day one has to practice this process. Brighten our consciousness and cooperate and compassionate to other living entities and cooperate with the Lord and as per Lord's representative, spiritual master. Banapadacha Sri Prabhupada's, so Ramanacharya, Madhvacharya, our Acharyas, what they are telling, that's what we have to follow. We have to become a humble, menial servant of them, Acharyas. That means Acharyas representatives. So none of these Acharyas alone. They're always with their associates. They're always with their servants. They all have. Ramanacharya, Madhvacharya, they all have servants. And then they have expanded. Otherwise, one person, how can they do? The spiritual Lord is also not alone. He's also with so many, many associates. He carries out. He could do alone. Guru can do. He has the capacity. But it's always done with associates and servants. That's how. Even now, currently now, spiritual masters also always servant leaders are there under the spiritual master. Many things because one person cannot do so many things Prabhupada has given. What is to be done to different disciples, different levels of different disciples. Then because everybody has to do different things, so he has distributed that. Everybody is doing different tasks. So, but we are here. So, let us sing the song, Matpranams, and then we'll try to wrap it up. Rama Karuna Pohidu Jana Nitai Gaurachandra Sabavatar Siromani Sara Siromani Kevala Ananda Kanda भजो भजो बाय चैतन्य निता सुदृढ़ विश्वास कुरी विषय चाडिया से रसे मजिया मुके बोलो हरि हरि देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन नाय ये मनोदयाल दाता पशु पक्षी जुरे पासाने विदारे सुनी जा रहा गुण गाता संसार मजिया रोहिली पुरिया सेई पद नाहिलो आस आपन करमा बुंजाए समान कहो ये लोचनदास लोचनदास Tiruba Mahamostra is disappearing. Lochanadas Thakur is telling the two lords, Nitai Gaurachandra, Krishna and Balram, are very merciful as well in this form. Nitai and Nimai and Nitai. Gaurang Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Nityanand Balaram are very merciful. They are the essence of all incarnations. The specific significance of these incarnations is that they introduced a process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful. They are also dancing. So many people are dancing in this world. But we are dancing for the Lord's pleasure. That is what it is. Everybody is chanting so many different names, so many things. They are all chanting. Movie songs are different things. But here we are chanting. So that is only difference. You have to understand the real thing and then follow that process. Otherwise, everybody is doing chanting, dancing, but for different thing, for different purpose. But here we are doing for the Lord. That is what is the real thing. My dear brother, why should I chant? That question should not arise because every day you're chanting. Either you're calling your job, your manager, or calling your son, or daughter, or wife, or husband, or cine star, movie star, business star, somebody or the other. You're always chanting. So rather that should be now transformed. That's the only thing we are telling. My dear brother, I request that you just worship Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda with firm conviction and faith. Firm conviction. How will you get there? With firm conviction, how will you get there? That we have already described. 1 to 14 verse. That's how it starts. Sustoso Shraddadhanasya Vasudeva Kataruchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punyatirtha Nishavanat. If you serve these great devotees who have attachment to the Lord, understood the process, they are on the Nirjanta stage, Atma Ramasya stage, then you will get there. You will get the faith. That's why you have to be in the association. You have to take the Sangha regularly for everything. While doing service, while hearing the class, while chanting, if you take the Sangha, then you will get there. Everybody is in the Sangha. Yeah, everywhere you see the Sangha. In Mayapur, Vrindavan, wherever. Prabhupada has created this Sangha. Every temple has this Sangha. If they, but not many are not taking the Sangha. Everybody is doing on their own. Oh, we will be very weak. We will not have the enough strength. So every one of us. So through our association, everybody, including me, every one of us feeling the strength. If you are without it and observe it, 2 days you try without it, then you'll know actually what I'm talking about. So that is where strength is. If you are together doing it, then you can feel the real strength. Every day will be blissful. If you don't, then it won't be the same. It will be different. Believe me, this is my experience at least. Sangha is there, where real association is there, that's where you will feel the real bliss. If that is not there, you can't feel it. You can't come to Sudruda. It's not possible. Your faith cannot be strengthened. You'll always have questions. You'll have faith will be weak, and somebody else, somebody or the other will weak. Some situations, some accidents, some problem will make you weaker faith because you have not taken the proper association, or somebody is making you weaken your faith. So it could be anybody from work to family, anybody. It could be from anywhere because we are not taking proper. If you take proper, no one can weaken our faith. We will be rock solid. You can't move. We can't move from that position. If you have a proper association, that is very much required. That's what he's telling here. Sudrodhan is firm conviction and faith. If one wants to be Krishna conscious, by this process, one has to give up his engagement in sense gratification. One simply has to chant Hare Krishna, Hari Hari, without any motive. The motive is only to please Krishna. That is the motive. All other motives has to be on the side. My dear brother, just try and examine this. Within the three worlds, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda who has come. You see the practical examples. Who and all they delivered and how did they deliver? Any other incarnation, you can't find these examples. So that's why we will give the proofs. Then only you don't need to accept just blindly. You look at the results, look at the pastimes, then only you accept it. We are not telling you to accept anything blindly. Their merciful qualities are so great that upon hearing them, even birds and bees cry and stones melt. That's it. Look at the Navadvip Dham past time, then you understand what I'm speaking. So in Rudra Dweep, all every incarnation, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showing to Nityananda Prabhu, is a 400 form, 200 form, Lord Ramachandra, all these forms is showing different personality as in. He showed his Ramachandra form also to Murari Gupta. So all these pastimes are going on. These pastimes are there. So many pastimes are there. In different deepas, all the incarnations are there. Different pastimes are going on. So different leelas. So Vrindavan leela, Vaikuntha leela, Jagannath Puri leela. So many pastimes are going on now. They down because all the down everything is there. So that is very interesting to understand. It's so elaborate subject matter though. My dear brother, just try to examine within these three worlds, there is no one like Lord Chaitanya or Lord Nityananda. Their merciful qualities are so great that upon hearing them, even birds and bees cry and stones melt. That example there, Jharkhand forest, when he was going to Vrindavan, all of them together, tiger, lions, no enmity. They were dancing and all these things. But Lochandas regrets that I am entrapped by sense Grantha. Is submitting my, but he's not on that platform. He's only because the pure devotee always thinks like that. Since I have no attraction for the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, then Yamraj, the superintendent of death, is punishing me by not allowing me to be attracted by this movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's why this song is very, very important. So Prabhupada, as soon as he picked the first line or second line, that's it. He went into ecstasy. He has to close his class and then move inside the temple. It happened 3 times. In Atlanta, New Panihatidam, so seeing Gaur Nitai and devotees and chant. That's it. He couldn't continue. Mayapur Dham, it happened. And I think another place is in Mexico, Caracas. I think it happened. So 3 times it happened like this. And he sang this song. So it's a very, very important song for Sri Prabhupada. Purport by Sri Prabhupada. The word Avadhuta refers to one who does not care for social conventions. So that's a forget and forgive. This is it. Will not, yes, we will be in the social, but not take in the heart everything what goes on there. Particularly the Varnashram Dharma, however, such a person may be situated fully within himself and be satisfied with the Supreme Personality. We have to be satisfied internally. What goes on is not in our control, it is under the control of the Supreme Lord and Guru. So you have to leave it at that and move on every day with that thought. What goes on, it's not in my control. I tried my best. I tried to serve the Lord and let it be so. I'm under His guidance. So I don't need to worry about anything. So neither I am the controller. So if I worry also, nothing is going to come. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to change. He can change. So that's why I should depend on him and not worry, which is not in my control. I should worry what I can do, that we can think about and how to do better and better day after day. So that's all. So not worry more than required. On whom he meditates, in other words, one who has surpassed the rules and regulations of Varnashram Dharma is called Avadhut. Such a person has already surpassed the clutches of Maya and he lives completely separate and independent. On this verse, Lal Prabhupada is describing this. My Guru Maharaj Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Sri Thakur Goswami Prabhupada said he wants Daivi Varnashram. Let them be Hindu, Muslim, whatever. But they should follow the king, the ruler, the guardian, the protector, supposed to make sure they are following exactly what Quran says, what Bible says, what Bhagavad Gita says. They have to follow. It is all to do with love of God. They all have to come to that platform only. One God only is there. His incarnations are innumerable. He's sending different representatives. They are different. Not everybody is not at PhD. Somebody is at ABCD, somebody is at 10th class, somebody is intermediate. That's why these many face different represent. They're all God's represent. Prophet Muhammad, Jesus Christ, you name it. They're all for one only. That's why there's only one God. So people cannot understand these things. So what to do? Because they have not understood from bona fide Acharya and Sampradaya. So that's why they have no real understanding. But otherwise, Shastra is very clear. Prabhupada accepted. Who is Jesus? Yes, he's Son of God. We accept it. We discussed many times about Jesus Christ. Same thing, Prophet Muhammad. We all accept. All the bona fide Acharyas, they know. All these bona fide representatives of the Lord. They have no difference of opinion among them. We have. Conditioned souls have difference of opinion. They don't have it. Because they know, because they are eternal association, they understand all these personalities. They know. So who are they? What is their position in the spiritual world? So that's how we have to understand. So but, time is limited. I couldn't describe the pastime of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is getting, I will give a glimpse. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dreaming. So and he's crying. So he's seeing that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's seeing Lord Krishna, he is in the mood of a devotee. So he is seeing Krishna with the flute. And so then he saw interesting four hands he's seeing here. Generally, not only two hands, but here he's seeing the flute on one hand, and he's seeing with another hand with the gada, mace, another is with a flower, lotus flower, another with a bow, with Lord Ramachandra. You see this? That's how he saw. Then dream disappeared. Then he was crying. He's explaining to Sachi Mata. So what's happening? What he saw in the dream. Then Nityananda Prabhu walks in at that time. Then he showed this four-handed form. So instead of two, then he has shown four-handed. Then he showed two-handed form. All this beautiful description is there. Then Advaita Acharya Prabhu was there. Then also Nityananda Prabhu in complete ecstasy gave a tight embrace to Chaitanya. Sometimes Guru also embraced disciple. Tight embrace to Chaitanya. How he became intense, more. Kirtan was going on completely in Sriva Sangam. So there's so much interaction between them. This dancing and Kirtan was going on. Then at the end of the pastimes, he told, now take Nityananda Prabhu, take his two cowpins. He asked, give me the cowpin. Then he cut it and gave distribute to everybody. Now wear all of you. This is the mercy of Lord Nityananda Balaram. That's why we can so become ecstatic and dancing. So the Mahaprabhu is distributing Balaram's mercy because Guru's mercy, so that they all can actually realize that come to the ecstatic happiness, more and more energy, more strength. One will get Balaram is strength. That's how spiritual world is running. All the pastimes are happening under Balaram only. All Krishna's pastimes are happening under his only strength. He's facilitating everything. As umbrella, as a pad, everything. He's the one who's facilitating everything. So this is how, that's why he distributed. So this is our instruction. And the more you serve, more you understand who's this Balaram, who's assisting in different pastimes. Many people don't know who's Balaram. In Kurukshetra Leela, they have not understood. That's why they think who's this Balaram. So what have we have to do with him? But if you hear from one word Acharya Sampradaya, then we understand actually Everything is happening under his guidance only. Everything, every pastime is happening under his order. Sometimes Krishna will leave him alone separately. He's not even there pastime, but he has a different purpose at that time. Kaliya Tamal Leela. Few pastimes he's not there. Balram is there, but for a different reason. But he's there. Even though physically he was not there, he is there. His role is there. He's always there in these pastimes because that's how it is. They are very intimate, Krishna and Balram. So as I explained in brief, the pastime of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dream, I want to elaborate more. I couldn't stop from describing it. As Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking the form of Lord Narsingadev, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking the form of Lord Shiva, and then many other dreams. Dream, and then he's also showing these forms to different devotees. So we'll describe that past and so that you get the first hand understanding described way. The today's Lochan Das Thakur disappearance day today, January 22nd to 2025. We described earlier the Bhagavatam 5th canto, 5th chapter, 29th verse of Avaduta Nirgrantha to Nirgrantha, how to mm, become free from the entanglement of various knots in the heart to come to Nirganta, completely become free from Grantha to Nirganta. So on that we sang the song of Lochandas Thakur, Paramakarana Pohudui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra Sabha Avatar Siromani Keval Ananda Kanda. I have described so many in unlimited, but Krishna is the avatari, everything is coming from him. So that's why he's coming as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he's exhibiting, he's showing the different forms to different personalities. So that we get the first hand experience. It's not only theory. So here describes from late one night, Viswamara began crying with a concerned heart. Sachimata asked the cause of his distress. She said, Your crying pains me too much. I feel like burning arrow has pierced my heart. The Lord sat silently for a few moments before telling Sachimata about his dream. Gauranga said, in my dream, I saw a person with a beautiful body, the color of fresh monsoon cloud, a peacock feather crested like a rainbow above his top knot, golden ankle bells, armlets, and bangles adorned his shapely limbs. Aromatic flower garlands accentuated his shimmering yellow dhoti. Dots of shiny sandalwood paste decorated his face, and he held a flute in his left hand. This is a description of Gopi singing. Barhapitam Natavara Vapu Karnayo Karnikaram Bibrad Vasa Kanaka Kapisam Vaijayanti Chamalam Randhan Veno Radara Sudaya Porayan Goparunday Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishat Gita Kirti. Beautiful word describing this kind of beauty by the gopis of Vrindavan. Vishwambara ordered Sachi Mata not to reveal this dream to anyone. Hearing her son's nectarian words saturated Sachi Devi's heart with the utmost bliss. Vishwambara manifested many ecstatic symptoms such as luminous effulgence, which lit up the entire house. Just then Nityananda Avadut arrived and saw Lord Vishwambara exhibit a most alluring form. GauraHari held a club in his right hand and a flute in his left. In his second right hand, he held a lotus flower and a bow was in his second left hand. So on this Lord Ramachandra's form, bow and arrow. Hmm. A Kaustuba gem hung on his golden chest. Makara Kundala sharp-shaped earrings dangled from his ears. A bright emerald necklace graced his neck. A few classes before and yesterday also I will mention some Mataji to get this kind of emerald earrings. So here you go. So this is all from Shastra. Nityananda Avadhuta looked again to see the four-handed form of Gaura, but now the flute and bow were absent. Is transformed from four-handed to two-handed now. In a moment, Prabhu displayed the two-armed form. Lord Gaurahari revealed different forms in order to favor his devotees. Avadut Roy, Nityanand Roy, the king of all Avadutas, gave Gauranga an ecstatic embrace and then danced diligently. Gauranga said, O Nitai, take Srivas, Sriram, Murari, and Narayana with you and go to the house of Advaita Acharya. Tell him I will be there soon. This order of Lord Gauranga made them all very happy because receiving the order service from Lord or his representative is very important. With a blissful heart, the devotees went to Advaita Acharya's house. After they greeted him with respectful obeisance, Advaita Acharya danced joyfully, becoming mad with love of God. Now the devotees joined along, dancing wildly and roaring with enthusiasm because If somebody receives a message that Lord or Guru, Sadhu is coming to their house, so this is what the result is. Everyone engaged in glorifying the splendid qualities of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Sinking in the ocean of Krishna Prema, they all went transcendently mad. Thus, they passed 2 pleasurable days in the house of Sri Advaita Acharya. After paying obeisance, the devotees left Advaita Acharya's house and returned to see Gaurachandra. Murari Gupta, is Lord Hanuman, appearing in Gaur Leela, respectfully gave a full report to the Lord. GauraHari laughed heartily to hear about the jubilant Sankirtan at Advaita Acharya's house. Next day, Advaita Acharya came to see the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga. Lord was sitting on the deity's throne within the house of Srivas Pandit. The entire house was illuminated with Gaura's transcendental effulgence. His bodily complexion resembled molten gold. It is the influence of Krishna Prema, the Lord's golden face had a reddish hue, appearing like a morning sun. Gauranga was decorated with perfumes, garlands, and sandalwood pulp. His face glowed soothingly like the cooling beams of the full moon. Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chanda Susitala, like that. Gadadhar and Narahari stood on the either side of the Narahari. Narahari Sarkar Thakur is the spiritual master of Lochandas. On the either side of the Lord, Sri Raghunandan gazed at Gora's face, this Raghunandan Thakur, as a small child, when he was offering laddus. Lord ate personally, came in front of him and ate. He was crying because my father told me to offer and you're not eating, he will scold me. So please eat. And Lord personally came out from the Vigraha and he ate personally. That kind of boy is eternal also, Raghunandan Thakur. Gazed at Gora's face, and other devotees stood around the Lord. The devotees encircling Gauranga looked like the constellations surrounding the full moon, immersed in divine rapture. Sri Nityananda Prabhu sat before the Lord, admiring his face. Sometimes Nityananda would laugh, sometimes he would cry. Then Advaita Acharya became engulfed in ecstasy and repeatedly roared like a lion. Tiny bumps of joy covered his body from head to toe. Even the universe couldn't contain his joy. This is Mahavishnu Sadasiva, Advaita Acharya. Acharya offered gifts of new cloth to Lord GauraHari. He worshipped Gauranga with Tulsi Manjari, sandalwood paste, fragrant Malati garland. Advaita fell flat on the earth before Gaura's feet, accepting the worship. Lord Gaurasundara quickly lifted him up. Gauranga happily distributed prasad to his intimate associate Advaita, Nityananda, Srivas, Murari, and Mukunda, sang the Lord's praises and danced with abandon. And they were tasting the nectar of Krishna Prema. Devotees praised one another and exchanged blessings. They considered the happiness derived from the impersonal oneness as insignificant. Being overcome with the divine jubilation, they forgot whether it was day or night. All the devotees knew was dancing and chanting Hare Krishna. At the sunrise, they began and they continued dancing madly deep into the night. When they finished dancing, Gauranga ordered the devotees to return to their homes. Mahaprabhu said, "Take your bath, worship your deities, honor Prasad, and rejoin me for more delightful singing and dancing." After completing their morning duties, the devotees met Sri Gaura again this next day. At that time, Haridas came to Navadvip to see the Lord. He was maddened with Krishna Prema. He was like a honey bee. Lord Brahma has come as Haridas in Gaur Leela. Eagerly drinking the nectar of Krishna's lotus feet due to the effect of Prema, he acted like a young lion. Gauranga cordially welcomed Haridas with a loving embrace. When Haridas offered obedience to the Lord, Gaurahari caught his hand and picked him up. Gauranga rubbed the sweet smelling sandal paste on the body of Haridas. He gave his own flower garland, told him to take prasad. Haridas honored Mahaprasad to his full satisfaction. In this way, Gauranga Mahaprabhu passed his days savoring the bliss of Sankirtan with all his intimate associates like Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, Srivas, Haridas, and others. Receiving Gaura's order, Advaita Acharya went home. Whoever saw or heard the Sankirtan pastime became absorbed in ecstatic love. The Lord also bade farewell to Nityananda. However, after walking together few steps, they stopped. Due to intense love for each other, they couldn't bear to separate. Finally, Gauranga begged Nitai, that is Lord Nityananda, for a pair of his kaupins, undergarments. Then Gauranga gave a small piece to each devotee. Rejoicing over receiving this sacred prasad, the devotees tied it around their heads. After leaving Nityananda, everyone returned to their homes. In separation of Gaurachandra, the devotees simply sat in their houses and wept. After taking their evening bath, they gladly went to see the Lord. In this meantime, Nityananda visited Advaita Acharya for many days and nights. They sat together, relishing great happiness, discussing Gaura's pastimes. Now we'll describe how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing now Narahari, Lord Lion, and also Lord Shiva. All glories to Gadadhar, Gauranga, Narahari. One who hears this transcendent pastimes, Lord December will easily attain love of Krishna. Now listen, a wonderful pastime which took place in Navadvip in West Bengal. One day Mahaprabhu sat in his home along with his intimate associate, his face beaming blissfully. Lord was speaking nectarian words. Suddenly, Brahmana named Vanamali arrived from East Bengal with his son. He was very happy to see the Lord and his devotees. He choked up in his choked up voice. Vanamali said to himself, "I became a poor and lost my purity, so I have come here seeking the Lord's help. I am sure that Visvambara is none other than God Himself. By seeing Him, the abode of all transcendental knowledge, my heart is pacified and I have attained perfection. As one gets healthy by drinking nectar, similarly my suffering have vanished simply by seeing Lord Gauranga." Lord Visvambara looked compassionately upon the Brahmana and his son. He sang the glories of Hari and gave them the treasure of Krishna Prema. Vanamali and his son danced in ecstasy. Within a moment, their suffering disappeared. Lord Gauranga is the ocean of mercy and the best friend of the poor. Next day, Gaur Nataraj, Gaur Krishna, Gaur Narayan danced exuberantly in the midst of his Sankirtan party. Vanamali and his son became enchanted by the most extraordinary sight. Gauranga appeared as a beautiful young boy with a body the color of the monsoon cloud, because he is Krishna himself. Krishna Varnam Tusha, Krishna Sangopam, Vastra Parsadam, Agni Sankirtana Prajayanti Sumedasa. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. Nava Yogendra, Lord of Shudev sons, Karabhajana Muni is describing this to Maharaj Nimi. This is the verse of Shastra, Srimad Bhagavatam. Vishnu Sahasranam describes Sanyas Prityanishta Santo Parayana. Varango Hemang Varango Chandanangadi. This is in Vishnu Sahasranam describing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is all from Shastra reference. But it is confidential Karan. That's why most of the people in this world don't know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Krishna and Balram appeared in Navadvip Dham in West Bengal 500 years ago. Gauranga appeared as a beautiful young boy with a body and color of monsoon cloud. The Lord was wearing bright yellow cloth. Always Vishnu and Rama Krishna is described with a yellow cloth generally, Pitambar. Held a flute and had a peacock feather in his hair. This is Krishna as Gaura. All Gauranga's followers took forms of cohort boys of Raja. Vanamali also saw Radharani and Shyamsundar in the topmost pleasure groves of Vrindavan. He saw Giriraj Govardhan, the Yamuna river, or Lord displaying. See this form. Bahulavan, Bandiravan, because 12 vanas, 12 forests in Vrindavan. Madhuvan and other places in Vrindavan. They saw the cows, Gopas, Gopis, Gopal, and the desertaries. Seeing that Madan Gopal had now appeared in Navadvip Dham, Vanamali and his Brahmana's son succumbed to ecstasy and fell flat on the earth. This is Lord Ramachandra pastimes also there. In Navadvipam, all many pastimes happened. In one of these Modrumadri, that is come from Lord Rama, Lord Sita Maharani's pastime in Navadvipam. That's how the Modrumadri. Some other day will describe that pastime. So continue the pastime now. Um, the Vanamali Brahmana hiked up his dhoti and jumped around roaring Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Mahaprabhu stopped his captivating dance and had someone restrain this Brahmana. In this way, Lord Gauranga frees anyone from his karmic reaction and gives him love of God. Gaurasundara is decorated with a celestial garland and sandalwood paste. He has no material attachment. GauraHari is known as Nava Vidhata Ratna, the ever youthful gem like supreme control, because Krishna is ever youthful, 16 and a half years old. He's always saying in the spiritual world. Even here also, he doesn't grow old, the transcendental body. That's why he is described as four things: Natavara, Venukara, Gopavesh. I forgot the fourth one. He's always having a flute. No other form has flute. And he's ever youthful, 16 and a half years old. His three-banded form. No other form has three-banded. Natavara. Dancing pose. So one more thing I forget. Gopavesh is a cohort boy. Yeah, Natavara, Venukara, Gopavesh, and ever youthful. Navakishora. Yeah, those are four. Navakishora, the fourth one. These four descriptions are completely different from any other form, any other god, incarnation of God, any other form. That is the specialty of Lord Krishna. So, as Gaura is Krishna, so is exhibiting all these things. Lord has nothing to do yet. He acts in the material world for the benefit of others. Gauranga freely distributes Krishna prema to everyone. Lochanda says, "May we always serve the ever youthful Supreme Lord Gauranga." Please listen to another sublime transcendental. One day, Srivas Pandit was worshipping his ancestors in his house to start the ceremony. Gauranga arrived there just as Srivas was listening to his chanting the thousand names of Lord Vishnu. Viswambara sat down peacefully to release the Krishna Katha. Suddenly, when Gauranga heard the name of Nrsimha, he became enraptured in the mood of Lord Nrsimha. Gaura's eyes turned flaming red, his hair stood erect, and his body turned reddish hue. He became covered with tiny bumps of ecstasy. He started roaring like a lion, like Nrsimha form is taking now. Grabbed a club, scattering the devotees as he madly chased them. Everyone became terrified and fled for their lives. No one could tolerate the Lord's angry mood. Noticing everyone running in terror, Gauranga at once withdrew his feature of GauraHari and dropped his the club. The son of Sachi Mata is the seed of all incarnation because Lord Krishna himself Rasaraj Krishna, Raso Vaisaha, all the rasas are coming from him, all the forms are coming from him, all the incarnations are coming from him. Natasekara, so many names are there. He shows particular transcendental forms and pastime according to his sweet will. Lord Gauranga then sat nonchalantly on his asana and said to surprise, "Oh, did I cause any disturbance? Did I commit any offense?" Devotees, my lord, what are you saying? What offense have you done? Srivas Pandit said, Visambhar, whoever witnesses your transcendental pastime will become free from the material bondage. Now he's taking the form of Lord Shiva. Once a Saivite follower of Lord Shiva came to see Lord Gauranga. He offered respects to the Lord and joyfully praised Lord Mahesha. In his body, he displayed signs of love for Lord Shiva. Viswambara was pleased to hear the glories of Mahadeva. Suddenly adopting the mood of Mahesha, Gauranga danced in ecstasy. Seeing this, Saivite became overwhelmed with happiness. Then that fortunate Saivite put Gauranga on his shoulders and began dancing madly. Gauranga's eyes turned red and he began talking like Shiva. Now he's taking the form of Shiva. Visambra held a trident and damaru, Shiva's small except drum, and he roared like a sound of a horn. Gauranga cried and laughed as he chanted the names of Krishna and Rama. Srivas Pandit knows all the tattvas, Krishna tattva, Jiva tattva, Shakti tattva, Nama tattva, Shiva tattva. To pacify the Lord, he carefully recited prayers to Lord Shiva. Mukunda Datta also chanted the hymns to Shiva. Joining in, Gauranga also danced beside the Lord. Lord Gauranga went wild in his ecstasy of glorifying and serving Lord Hari. Because this is what Lord Shiva does. So he taken the role and moved and displayed that form to here. That's what is happening. After some time, Gauranga climbed down from the Saivate shoulders. Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the ocean of mercy personified, thus manifested his compassion. Lochan Das finds great happiness in describing these joyful events. That will stop this part one of Srimad Bhagavatam, this class with this pastime. We'll continue part two and some other time. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna Madhurastha.